Northeast Survival and Preparedness here, guys. Let's talk real quick about how to make a New York legal AR15 rifle. How to build it from scratch right now, or to modify an existing one so that you can get around registration legally. Now, let's preface by saying this is a hot topic. There are a lot of you out there who do not want to modify your rifles and who are not going to register, and you guys have my absolute utmost respect, and I'm very glad you're doing what you're doing. But at the same time, I, on the other hand, am taking a different approach. I've been very active in the rallies here in New York, and I've been very active in donating to the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, as well as just helping educate people about how stupid and dumb this law is. And part of that is not hiding these guns in the house and hoping the police never knock on my door. It's getting these rifles out in public and shooting and using them and showing the world they're not these dangerous things that the media make them out to be. And for that reason, I have chosen to modify my rifles to make them New York legal so that we can keep these rifles in the public eye, show people that they're safe, and that this law is nothing more than a idiot's presidential dream. Let's get into this. How do you make your rifle New York State legal? The new law states that you cannot have any of the so-called evil features defined in the 1994 federal ban, plus a few others. Those features we will go through are a folding or telescopic stock, which we don't have here or here. These are both fixed. A conspicuous pistol grip that goes below the trigger, which we do not have on either of these. Go up to the upper up here. No forward grip. You cannot have a threaded barrel or any kind of muzzle brake compensator or flash hider. It needs to be a straight end on the barrel, no bayonet lug, grenade launcher, etc. And that is how you make your gun New York legal, so you do not have to register or have any issues with the police regarding building. Avoiding and making a featureless rifle is one option. A second option, which is gaining popularity, is to actually weld a legal New York State 10-round magazine into your magazine well. And what you do from there is you basically load the gun from the top, and use it as a top loader. It no longer has a detachable magazine, so you can have all of those evil features. And I saw many of those for sale at several gun shops, as long as seeing guns in this configuration being sold and this configuration being sold. So these are legal and being sold in shops right now. The other option that I'm hearing about is to make basically a bolt action AR-15 by getting yourself a barrel that has not been drilled with a gas port. And you have basically no gas system on your gun. The gun has no way to cycle as a semi-automatic, and you would have to pull the charging handle for every shot, thereby making it effectively a bolt action rifle. You can have an AR-15 with any of the evil features as well. So to recap, you can make your rifle featureless by getting rid of those evil features I listed. You can have a fixed magazine by welding a magazine into your magazine well. Or the third, of course, would be to remove your gas system and use your rifle as a bolt action. And I do have to note that you can't just take your gas tube out. New York State does not consider that a permanent modification. The rifles that are being sold have barrels with no gas port, or the gas port has been sealed up. So I just want to clarify that. Now, those are the methods I know that AR-15s are being sold in New York. I've verified them at gun shops. And guys, do not let this governor stomp on your constitutional right. You still have a right to buy stripped lower receivers and to build featureless rifles. You may not and I'm going to repeat this, you may not buy a stripped receiver and put any features on it. I know a lot of guys right now are very tempted to buy a stripped lower and to just build it however they want and then register it in January, even though it has the evil features. You cannot do that, guys. That will get you arrested. As of this point, if you buy a stripped lower, it needs to be a featureless build, 100% featureless build. So I wanted to clarify that. Your existing rifle, if you do have a current existing AR-15 with a feature, you have the options of course, leaving that feature and registering. You have the option of leaving your gun period and taking your chances with law enforcement. Or 3, you can remove that feature, such as the pistol grip or threaded barrel or etc., and do that. Typically with the AR-15, the forward grips are usually not permanent. They're usually attached by a Picatinny. Very easy to take off. The bayonet lug, which this one doesn't have one, can easily be ground down. You can do it with a Dremel. You can have a gunsmith do it or whatever. Now, if your barrel is threaded, what I'm hearing, the only legal means of getting rid of the threaded barrel is to put a thread protector on and to weld that in place. If your muzzle, if you have a muzzle brake that's already pinned on or welded on, you've got to remove that, put a thread protector on, and then weld it, or cut the barrel down and put a new crown on it. So I hope that covers everything, guys, on how to build an AR-15 New York legal. And if you have any questions, please feel free to write them here or send me a private message, and I will be glad to answer them. Because like I said, guys, these rifles are in no way or shape, form evil. And I want to see you guys out there shooting these loud and proud and showing the world that they have nothing to fear by these rifles. And that we don't need to hide these things. We don't need to hide them in the closet. And we don't need to be criminals to enjoy our guns. So, hope you guys enjoyed. And like I said, any questions, feel free to ask.